Let me discuss secondary emotions now. Secondary emotions are emotions that happen after a primary emotion has already taken place. How does that happen? Well, when you have a primary emotion that passes through a cognitive filter, a thought process that you engage in that moment, you give birth to a secondary emotion. In other words, secondary emotions are primary emotions that have been changed by your thought process. Why do we engage in this cognitive filtering? According to my clinical observations and my model of emotions, it comes down to one reason. We are avoiding the primary emotion. The thought process that we engage in, the cognitive filtering, becomes an instrument of avoidance, experiential avoidance. Using this instrument, we can stay away from the primary emotion, regulate ourselves more effectively, maintain our self-concept, and feel as if we have achieved some control over our environment. Let me share with you some examples of secondary emotions according to my model. Contempt is a secondary emotion. Jealousy, resentment, dislike or hatred, pride, hope, and the most famous secondary emotion of them all, anger. Anger is not a primary emotion, despite what many people might believe. It's a secondary emotion, and it includes annoyance, irritation, and fury. Now, you might be wondering, well, Tom, according to your model, are you telling me that anger never just appears? Are you saying that first I felt a primary emotion, then went through a cognitive filtering process, and then anger formed in me? And my answer is yes, that's what I'm saying. It's the same with contempt, dislike, and all other secondary emotions, at least in my model. Without the primary emotion, there can be no significant secondary emotion.